Hi everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. The topic we have for tonight is why is my skin so sensitive? I'm Lian, editor of Her World, and I've with me dermatologist and founder of Skin and Hair Clinic, Dr. Ang Chee Beng. Dr. Ang has been practicing for the past 4 decades and is a specialty dermatologist and is a respected member of Academy of Medicine, American Academy of Dermatology, and American Society of Dermatologic Surgery. There's a lot of dermatology saying in 10 seconds. Also with us this evening is the beautiful and talented Naomi Yeo, who is an actress and host. She's also an active user of Avène and is here to share with us her thoughts of using the brand. So we have a really exciting session ahead where we'll be talking about all things skin, namely hypersensitive skin and what you can do to relieve the breakouts, redness, and discomfort. Oh, so sorry, Dr. Ang is having a bit of a problem.
With the chair.
With the chair. Oh,
okay, I'm fine.
You're fine? Okay, no, you can just stand up, right?
Okay,
you can just stand up. Yeah, just stand
fine.
up. That's fine. Okay, just stand. So before we start our conversation, I have some good news for everyone tuning in. We have 3 sets of Avène's Tolerance Extremely Gentle Cleanser, Thermal Spring Water Spray at 50 ml. Okay, I'm gonna hide this huge one here, okay, for now. And Tolerance Control Soothing Skin Recovery Cream worth $81.30 for each set for grabs. We are also taking in questions from the floor for Dr. Ang since we have the expert here tonight. So if any questions, please key into the comment box below. So if you want to win this set of skincare goodies from Avène, tell us in the comments what are the 3 benefits of Tolerance Control Soothing Recovery Cream. We'll share later, so keep your ear out when I talk about the 3 benefits, and we'll pick 3 lucky winners at the end of tonight's chat. You will also see on the screen the promo code and the links to get an amazing 30% discount on Avène Shopee store for right now till tomorrow, 21st October, 11:59 p.m. It is not applicable to promotional items, okay? In case people get misunderstood and go crazy. So, all right, well, we have the expertise of Dr. Ang here, who has very suavely pivoted to one leg on the ground. Love that. I would like to maximize this opportunity to ask him a few questions that I'm sure many of us are dying to ask a dermatologist with 4 decades of practice experience. So what does it mean to have hypersensitive skin?
Yeah, so hypersensitive skin is a condition that happens in some people in that their skin reacts to either stinging, burning, or this smarting sensation when they apply certain products in their skin. So this usually happens on the skin of the face and neck, but of course can happen elsewhere, but commonly on the face and the neck. So while usually we say the chemical stimulus is the main thing, but some people react to temperature changes as well. So if they go from, say, the humid Singapore, if it's outside when it's hot and humid, when they come indoors it's cooler because of the air conditioning. When they go out again, there's just a change in temperature and humidity. Some people react with this stinging and burning already. So why did this occur? So I think to understand that, we said that, how this is perceived is that all the stimuli, be it temperature, be it things you apply, chemical, is transmitted, is sensed by the certain receptors in the skin. This is passed back as a message in the neurons and is transmitted back to the brain. And the brain interprets this as stinging and burning sensation. So these people who have this kind of sensitive skin, somehow their neurons are more sensitive. So they're not sure whether it's because of the decreased threshold to excitation for these people or just the fact they got more sensitive neurons.
How about people with eczema?
Yes, so people with eczema generally will have sensitive skin because their skin is already abnormal in that it's sensitive and the skin barrier function is really defective in people with eczema. So generally, yes, we say people with eczema will have sensitive skin. Yeah.
Regardless of the environment, right?
And in fact, it's usually environment elicited for eczema patients.
I see.
So we say commonly eczema patients, they get stimulated by things like heat, by change in weather, by dust and dirt, and sometimes just by dryness itself.
Okay.
But normal individuals where you get this sensitive skin, they don't see changes in the skin, There's no eczema on the surface, but yet they react with this burning. So we say there are a few factors that predisposes people. So people who are younger, people with fair skin, women more than men, and then those with defective skin barrier, and then also people who are blushes and flushes. That means, yes, you blush easily, you flush easily because of temperature change and all that. Then you're also more likely to get sensitive skin.
I see. So Naomi, how about yourself? How do you discover that you have sensitive skin? How was the discovery like?
Well, for me, and And I think that for me, the main issue was really watching my brother go through with eczema first. And then wondering if I actually have sensitive skin. But it was only much, much later on in my teenage years that I started to experience other types of sensitivity, very different from my brother. Like what Dr. Ang mentioned, it's just that stinging sensation, and it comes out of the blue for me. It could be anything like in a new environment, even when I'm doing different activities, and all of a sudden it just becomes so reactive that I'm unable to cope with it. So similar to what my brother experienced in terms of like sensitive skin, I think that for me was really the starting point. And I think after, oh, thank you. You got a new chair now.
Yes.
You got a new chair. Are you feeling better?
I'm better. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think for me, the number one thing was paying attention to how I move forward from knowing all of this. And I've done quick research on what I should be doing in case this acts up again, and I've been trying to invest as I got older products that would really help me to manage and balance my skin's pH levels as well. So
wow,
that
what
was
a
how.
journey.
I know. It's been a journey. Also, I mean, to top it off with other skin problems as well, I think. Everyone has more or less like come a long way.
Yeah. So Dr. Ang, is there any skincare ingredients that we should avoid if we want to manage our hypersensitive skin?
Yeah, so generally we say it starts with not just the creams you apply, but cleansers as well. So if you have sensitive skin or you have eczema especially, then we say you should look for things that are mild cleansers, hypoallergenic labels if you have. Then we say you don't use soap, but you use a mild cleanser. And then so straight away out are things like abrasive cleansers, strong cleansers. All these are not very good for people with sensitive skin. And then in terms of creams that you apply, we say that you look for certain products only because things like fragrances and some preservatives causes we call allergic contact dermatitis in many people or in some people. So if you look for fragrance-free, then that's a good guide that that this product should be okay for you. But you still need to try it to know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I thought the product that Avène came out recently with was interesting because theirs has got no preservatives. Now, preservatives, although it's not a very common cause, it's one of the causes of allergic contact in some people. So the fact that Avène has come out with what they call an airless pump, they don't need preservative in the product apparently. So that's interesting for me.
I see. And so thanks for that comprehensive breakdown for us. So Naomi, going back to your experience with sensitive skin, what kind of products do you see yourself leaning towards?
Well, for me, less is more. And I think over the years, I've understood that pH neutral products help to keep sensitive skin under control. So I tend to have a bias with products that are gentle on the skin. And I've learned that if you have products that are free of harsh chemicals, like what Dr. Ang also mentioned, those that are fragrance free, it will really go a long way. I'm starting to take care of my skin now actually because I want to be able to increase or expand the longevity of my skin's susceptibility to the environment, especially since we're going through global warming, climate change. All of these things are very important factors. So since we're here with Avène today, I thought I would also take this opportunity to really share what are some of the products I personally use. And I think right off the bat for me, I mean, we have the larger and the smaller version, but I'm going to take the larger version for the benefit of everyone. I'm just gonna face the front here. Okay, so I personally swear by the Avène Thermal Spring Water, and this was actually introduced to me in my teenage years. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that uses this product. I do have the smaller one so that I can put it in my bag and take it on the go with me. But for example, I use this when my skin starts to get irritable. There are a lot of times where I'm out in an environment and I don't know why I start scratching like crazy. It usually happens the neck down. And it just gets really unbearable.
Dr. Ang is here too.
Yeah, help me please. Help me. And like, I do have like a lot more questions, of course, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about something. But for the spring water, it's got a pH neutral level, so it actually helps to balance out the skin's pH level. So it's not too acidic, I would think. I use this to also kind of freshen up after long hours at work. Even the makeup artist that I use, that I work with for a drama series recently, she also used this to kind of help me calm down and like soothe my skin, because when you're in such long working hours and the conditions are different, your skin just starts acting up and then it starts showing on screen. So that's the last thing that you want. And it's kind of genius actually, because if you have a full face of makeup, all you got to do is just spray a little bit and then just wait for it to cool down before going back up on set. So a good spray, a good pat down if needed, but my skin feels instantly softer.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm freaking out because I have to go on set later and it's just acting up. My face is like swollen from all the scratching.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I have
it's
to
really
say,
bad actually.
This is the product that I was first, I come to know Avène by as well. This has been around for like decades.
Right.
Spring water. Right?
Yes, correct.
Correct.
The summer spring water, and I do love how fine the mist is, because I'm quite the beauty enthusiast, given my job. So there's a lot of facial mist out there, but it's not just about the ingredient itself. I also find the mist, the nozzle itself, is very important. So the ones that give very big droplets, and then you just sort of like, have a droplet on your face after you mist your face. I don't quite like
It's kind of a mood killer, isn't
I know
it?
it is. It's like so much for having an experience, right? So this actually allows really, really fine sprays. So I really, really like that. The mists are super, super fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can really feel that your skin absorbing it and drinking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just about the pH you were talking about, yeah. So actually our skin normal pH is acidic, it's about 5.5 or so. So that's why we use certain products that they are too alkaline. Like certain soaps out there, the pH are like 9 to 10, although it's very good, it feels very good, but those ones can irritate the skin. So you've got sensitive skin, don't look for those. So mild cleansers tend to be in acidic range rather than the alkaline range.
I see.
Yeah, so that's the thing about pH.
So quick question, if it's too, if it's in the range of like 9 and
Yeah,
up,
that's
it
generally
gets
not very
really
good.
tight.
Correct.
That's the
Yes.
sign of
Yeah.
a product that's not
The
exactly really good for
so-called
you,
that
right?
squeaky clean feeling.
Yes, that's not very good for
Yeah.
people with sensitive skin or eczema.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, to
okay.
get the squeaky clean kind of feeling.
Correct.
That's a good reminder for me actually.
Okay. Which are your other favorite Avène products then?
Well, I'll go through my skincare routine in just
Yes,
a
please.
bit, but I think for me, another product that I really swear by is, of course, the Fluid Fragrance Free SPF 50+. I think I won't go into too much detail because I'll also be talking on this in a bit, but I swear by it.
And we've all seen that video that Naomi created with her
You-
husband.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have been getting Ben to start on his skincare ASAP.
I'm gonna go into that in a bit after you're done with your skincare regime.
Yeah, we actually really do. I'm almost done with mine already.
Yeah.
But whenever we do go outdoors, wakeboarding for example, I bring this everywhere. I think we had a chat offline as well about using sunblock every 2 hours. So this runs out quick for me, but it's a miracle worker.
I have to say, I have to admit that I did not experience this sunscreen until just before this chat. And I was just like, let me just have a quick application, right?
Yeah.
And then, this is a bit much for one palm.
You can give it to me.
Okay. There you
Okay.
go. I just sanitized my hands before this disclaimer. So,
Yes.
and I was like, it absorbs super quickly. And
Yeah.
and I was, I know I sound like a fussy beauty consumer, but besides my mess, I'm also very particular about my sunscreen because I hate the whole sticky after feeling that you get sometimes when you apply sunscreen.
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
shine, that gloss, I absolutely hate it. But this one is mattifying.
Yeah.
And isn't that tacky feeling after that. It's really clear. And you feel it now, it's nothing on the skin.
Yeah, it's the dry touch is really extremely
I love it.
advanced.
Yeah.
And I think what I really appreciate is that there are no streaks.
Yes.
going down.
When you're
Except
sweating. When you're sweating.
goes all the way down. I know it's such a superficial thing, but you really don't want streaks like going down your face.
Especially it's like a bit white.
Yes, yes.
Tell you not for a guy as well.
I know,
It
obviously.
must be mattifying, not shining, and no streaks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Flirt Fragrance Free SPF 50+. I think everyone should kind of like always give it a try.
Yes, absolutely, really. I'm a new convert, really. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, I mean, on top of this, for me, what I really appreciate also is the Tolerance Extremely Gentle Cleanser. I think for me, in terms of, I mean, since we've gone through the spring water, we've gone through the sunscreen, perhaps I should just get into my skincare routine.
Yeah.
Okay, my skincare routine is cleanse, and then I will tone, I'll moisturize, and then I'll sunblock. So it's very important for me that I follow it step by step, especially since my teenage years. It's so hard for me to get my skin to be part of a routine. The hormones, the usual
Dr. Ang
teenage
mentioned
rage.
earlier that women get sensitive skin more than men too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's true.
you both understand, when your body goes through changes, there's some things that are just you can't control.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the number one advice that I got was to always keep things consistent, and that's why I have this routine now. I also believe, like Dr. Ang, you spoke about this routine about cleansing, and that sort of thing as well. So for me, I've been introduced to the Tolerance Extremely Gentle Cleanser. This is a no-rinse formula, and it's perfect for anyone that needs a quick cleanse on the go. If you have extremely reactive skin and you're trying not to wash your face with water too often, I think this is a great idea. The hallmark of this product is, in my opinion, the ability to kind of melt into the skin, and you don't actually need much. Dr. Ang, you can contest that as well, but tackling removing impurities and also just not stripping too much of the skin's natural moisture, it's important for me as well, especially because I have combination skin. So sometimes it's just a fuss to figure out whether a product is too oily, too dry for me, or it's just cool to be able to experience a cleanser that's able to tackle a combination of both of those. And my skin has actually been receiving this very, very well. In case you're wondering what the texture is like, the cleanser has a milky texture, so you don't really need a whole lot to cleanse the face. Just apply it in a circular motion across your face, and it should do the trick, actually. So, I mean, it softens my skin. It's got this like soothing thermal water spray as well from Avène. You can kind of add on with this, and all's good, all's calm. Yeah. So that's one. But Dr. Ang, for the cleanser, you don't really. Is it a pea size, or I mean, for me, I just put a little circle down the center of my palm.
It's doing the rough guide, but half a thumb would be good enough size-wise.
Okay.
I think my thumb is big, but half a thumb. I think that
Subject
should be good
to.
enough. Yes.
Still quite small.
Yeah, still quite a small amount. And the other thing about this cleanser actually is a rinse-off cleanser. That means you don't even have to use water.
Yeah.
You can just tissue off, and that's good.
Right.
That's
I mean,
already.
in excess also you can just
Yes, you
get
just
rid of
tissue
it,
off.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need the water
Perfect.
even.
Yeah, I mean, I've touched on the spring water and how you can complement it in your everyday as well. But I've also been recently introduced to the Tolerance Control Soothing Skin Recovery Cream. So the active ingredient in this is called D-sensinose, and it's actually the first patented postbiotic with ultra calming efficacy. So Dr. Ang, you also mentioned about how some of us are very sensitive. It's because the neurons are generally more sensitive to the products or to the environment. So this acts directly on the sensory neurons, and it controls the skin's hypersensitivity. It's an all-rounder for me. I mean, to put it this way, when it comes to putting hypersensitive or allergic skin to rest on the go. So it calms, it helps to comfort, restore the skin's natural barrier, and it reduces any tightness, redness, or stinging sensations, like what Dr. Ang mentioned as well, from various factors. And if I'm having some skin irritability, I just pop a little bit on and just like dab it
even though
onto
it's not like your AM or PM regime? You can just
Yeah, not for me. Not for me. Like this one, I just bring it on the go as well because I don't know when my skin will act up, and plus I already have my routine on, so I just bring it with me, and just in case, I just like dab it on to just kind of ease my skin into like it being calm again.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
me. And I find that it's very helpful. It's good to have something that you can have on standby because, like I mentioned, sometimes your skin just acts out and you don't know why. So it's a very useful product to try. See if your skin will benefit from this product. I just kind of want to bring our attention to this little symbol over here, sterile cosmetics. So it's used in the packaging and production. So it actually is a sign that this product is preservative free. And just to add on to what Dr. Ang mentioned as well, to address the possibility of ingredients causing reaction to the skin. So this cream has very minimal ingredients. So it will minimize the likelihood of your skin reacting. So it's also fragrance free. It reduces the chance of having like irritating, sensitive skin. Yeah, which is why I say you need to have this in your bag.
Great, thank you for bringing us through. So Dr. Ang, you mentioned earlier about the ingredients that we should have or should avoid.
Right.
But what about the steps and the different kind of products that a hypersensitive skin person should have?
Yeah. So, like I said, I think you've got sensitive skin. The first thing is your cleansing regimen. So, a mild cleanser. And then, usually I tell them to skip the toner because to me, toner is not important. And then the moisturizer is very important and the type of moisturizer. So, we talk about the fact that preservatives can be a cause of allergic contact dermatitis in some patients, although it's not very common. Fragrance is more common. So, usually people with sensitive skin, they look for fragrance-free products, which is why this product is very interesting for me because for two reasons. One is the fact about the skin recovery cream, because of the fact it is airless pump, so no preservative. So for the longest time we've been taught that any cream, as long as it's got water inside it, you need a preservative. Otherwise, you can get decomposition, you get fungal, bacterial growth. So this product apparently, they said you can do it without with the preservative because it's an airless pump, so there's no contamination. Then the desensinos you mentioned, it's interesting because it's a postbiotic and it's supposed to, instead of decreasing the sensation at the level of the receptors, this do it at the level of the neurons, further down. So whatever the stimulus, that means be it heat, temperature, chemicals, they all go to receptors. It transmitted as a nerve message down to the neurons to just block the level of the neurons. So the variety of stimuli, they all go to this final common pathway of the neurons. So apparently it blocks it at the neuron level. So apparently more stimuli can be ameliorated with the use of this. Yeah, that we can cut down the sensation because it blocks the transmission of the electrical message.
Okay,
So that's interesting for me.
So someone with hypersensitive skin is really just need a cleanser.
Cleanser, yes.
No need, don't really
Don't
need
need
for
a toner
toner.
and a moisturizer.
Okay,
And then you look for the
moisturizer.
label hypoallergenic.
Okay.
Because these are really tested out by cosmetic companies when they market this hypoallergenic. They test it on these sensitive skin people. That means you get a group of them with so-called sensitive skin, ask them to apply the product, and if anything get lost smarting and all that, then you know this is not very good. But if the majority of them have no reaction, then they call this hypoallergenic.
I see. So,
interesting.
of course, sunscreen as well,
Yes,
right?
sunscreen, yes.
Yeah, I think with sunscreen, and we touched, Lian and I, myself, we touched on this earlier on, but just in case you've just come through, my last touch up, of course, is sun care. And Avène, over the years, it's helped me to really just understand my skin a little bit better, especially in terms of the sensitivity. I want to put the spotlight on the fluid fragrance-free SPF 50+ again. No white streaks, we did mention about that. No crying, nothing white coming down your face. It's not sticky, it's not oily. I really love the dry touch because it's going to last throughout the day or as and when you apply. Very high protection against UVA and UVB. There's also a symbol there to show you. And the fluid fragrance-free, for me, I like that it's very weightless. So it's specifically catered to sensitive skin. It's formulated without the alcohol and also the octocrylene, which is an ingredient commonly used in sunblocks, but that has also been proven to have harmful effects for people that have very sensitive skin. So just like Lian, I really don't like products that cling onto your body, but you're not even going to know that it's there once it's been applied.
Yes, I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Like both of my hands.
Seriously
right now.
though,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we could just prove it to you,
It's
I
actually quite
wish you could
powdery
try it.
soft.
Yeah, it is.
Powdery.
It is. It is. I mean, it's completely up to your discretion. Give it a try. But for me, every time I'm out going swimming or even just running, I make sure that I apply sunblock down to your ears also.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We
Right.
often forget about the ears.
The look of approval.
Am I
for
doing
Dr.
you
Ang.
proud? Am I
It's okay.
doing you
Yes,
proud?
yes. I'm proud using sunblock, yes. Yeah, I recommend that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I put it on my ears, put it on my neck, put it on my face, and this has really helped me a lot.
So speaking of sunscreen, me alongside many Singaporeans have seen the really funny video of Naomi and her husband, trying to get her husband to use skincare products. So to date, how successful have you been?
I would say the infiltration rate is at 85%.
Really?
Honestly, I
I
mean,
remember that video, he was saying no to everything except for sunscreen.
but the great thing about Ben is that he's very receptive and he's
Okay.
very willing to try new things, which is like half the battle done
Yes,
already.
definitely.
I think the art of it all is to make it as fun as possible, and then the first thing is to just pick up a product and try. So I think in a great way, I think because of the video that we did, it kind of piqued his curiosity.
Yeah.
So he's been really working on it. I'm very proud of him.
great.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
fun actually. It's been good fun.
That's great. So what's the skincare regimes like?
Oh, so it's the same as me, but he doesn't use the toner.
Yes,
But
he doesn't need to.
Yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
need to. But he's been very, I would say, attentive to what needs to be done about really allowing his skin to absorb at its maximum. So he's been doing everything like cleansing, really using like products that are good for his skin, and of course like sunblock. So I would say he's done a good job.
And he didn't used to use any of this.
No, actually.
Wow.
I really don't. Yeah, I don't think so. Because I did ask him before.
Not even the cleanser?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
When I
few
first
patients.
met him, he thought that a cleanser would work on makeup removal. So
Only, yes.
a
Okay.
bit of a tricky situation.
No,
there.
it's fine as long as he's been enlightened.
But you can have a conversation with him about it. He knows. He knows his stuff now.
Great. I'm as the editor of Power, I approve too. So I was saying how much that I was also quite a beauty enthusiast earlier. So I find myself trying and recommending many products. And when my friends with sensitive skin ask me for recommendations, I would always get them to try Avène. And I love Avène, especially now that with new dermatological innovations, the tolerance controlling soothing skin recovery cream actually brings 3 benefits. So you might want to listen up for these 3 benefits, okay? Calm skin in 30 seconds. I mean, you can attest to that. You bring it everywhere you go for sensitive skin. Restore skin barrier in 48 hours. And the third one, but not the least but not last, is reduce skin discomfort by 92%. That is quite remarkable. So Naomi, Naomi and Dr. Ang, my best friend is such a die-hard fan of Avène that whenever she comes over to my house and she sees that I have the newest products, she would literally steal them from me. And it's really annoying because, so Karen, if you're listening, please just go buy your own Avène products today on Shopee store, and there's a 30% discount, so stop stealing from me. So there's a 30% promotion code you will see on the screen for the Tolerance Extremely Gentle Cleanser, which is right here. The Tolerance Control Soothing Skin Recovery Cream, and it's just for our IG live viewers, and this promo code is only valid until tomorrow, 21st October, 11:59 p.m. So hurry and make your purchase online right now. And before I review the lucky 3 winners for tonight, I have just one more question for Dr. Ang. And this is from one of our viewers that we opened up the floor to earlier. Dr. Ang, is sensitive skin more prone to post-inflammatory
Pigmentation.
hyperpigmentation? Yes, we have this question.
I wouldn't say so, unless the person has eczema. Then sometimes what happens when eczema heals, then it leaves a pigmentation. But I don't think sensitive skin people, their skin is more susceptible or more prone to get PIH for short. post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. They're not.
Okay, that's a good one to know.
Yeah.
I would have no clue. So I hope that answers your question at _Alitia. Okay, so can you also recommend a skincare routine for someone who has hypersensitive skin, like you already mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Is there anything that we could add or?
To add on, yeah. So like I said, I think the mild cleanser. So of course, if you come to me as not in the air. We recommend certain brands we are comfortable with, and that we recommend for people with sensitive skin. So certainly Avène will be one of them, but the other brands I recommend to my patients as well. And then in terms of the moisturizer, because like I said, what's essential is a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunblock. Be it a daily care regimen or is it anti-aging regimen as well. Yeah, so these three are important. So again, if you've got sensitive skin, look for a mild moisturizer as well. And actually one of the tests you can do if you're not too sure whether the product is suitable, if you can get a sample of it, try on one part of the face. If you don't react with stinging or burning within about 30 seconds, 1 to 2 minutes, then you know the product should be okay for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
30
another
seconds
way
is
to
really
test.
fast to know.
Yeah, so Avène said that the products can, within 30 seconds, you get the relief and all that. So if you don't get any stinging and the burning, then you know the product may be okay for you. So that's another test for people with sensitive skin.
Yeah.
That sometimes you have to try it out to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually quite remarkable how many people we know that have sensitive skin. Like wherever we put out to the team, like, okay, we have these products to try, and we all tell each other, okay, well, our skin type, at least half the team has sensitive skin.
It's a lot more common than you think, huh?
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and this is the time of the night that everyone's waiting for. We do have more questions. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, great. So, from Sushian82, does cleanser remove sunscreen? Very good question. I want to know that too.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, although it's a gentle cleanser, it does remove. So actually, I've done it as, I tried the very gentle cleanser before in my clinic. We put a marker or something on the skin, and we just use it as a rinse, because it's a rinse off, tissue off. You apply on, you rinse off, it removes that particular marker too. Yes, so I think it's good enough. Then there's a question earlier also, if you've got oily skin, pimple skin, whether you can still use mild cleansers. And the answer is that yes, you can, because it also removes the oil. So you don't need to have a squeaky clean feeling to know that it cleans it enough.
So actually you're saying that this can do everything for everyone?
I think it's generally suitable for most people. Yes. Yeah. Whether you got sensitive skin, whether you got oily skin, I think this cleanser will work. But if you really need that kind of cleaner feeling, then of course there's another one within the range that Avène has in the range as well.
Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay, so that's all the time we have for questions tonight. Okay, well, now it's the time for me to say congratulations. Okay, so we have 3 lucky winners for our giveaway tonight. You will each win a set of Avène's Tolerance Extremely Gentle Cleanser, Thermal Spring Water Spray, 50 ml, and Tolerance Control Soothing Skin and Recovery Cream worth $81.30. So the 3 winners are really cute handle, Food for Fraser. That's our first winner. The second is Miss _Christina, and Riddick 0506. We'll be in touch with you shortly via DM. Okay, our hardworking marketing team behind the camera will get in touch with you. So it's been so fun talking to you, Naomi and Dr. Ang. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you
and
much.
Thank you for sharing all your insight and your journey. What a process. And thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Till the next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.